Hello everyone and now welcome to a 2v2 match with players I really don't know. Um, Always interesting to see some new styles of play and some new 2v2 strategies as we're looking at a human versus an orc player going up against a night elf and a human. I'll probably refer to them as red versus blue throughout the rest of the matchup. She and someone who has a name similar to Moon going up against Handsome Chen and I can't read any of that Chinese, so my apologies to you. Simply too many characters for me to try and memorize in the typical Chinese world. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down. Over here, we're looking at the red human player opening up with a pretty standard Altar of Kings. There's a barracks here, actually making a little bit of a single file line coming into this position. A bit interesting. Perhaps we'll be building another farm off right here. Meanwhile, we're looking at, a Keeper of the Grove being trained. So Keeper of the Grove and an Archmage going up against a Blade Master and an Archmage. So no unorthodox hero strategies that I can see. Blue seeming to have the much more traditional build on how things unfold or how things would get trained up and built here. And both sides, look at this. The teal player not going for a barracks. All right. I thought I thought if no, never mind. Barracks is a little bit further down here. I was looking here. I'm like, there's no barracks. What is going on? Wait, nope. The barracks being built very far down south. And with that, perhaps there's some sort of Blade Master trick where you can get a grunt to run all the way back here and then have the Blade Master here and have that Rock Golem sit in that position. A Blade Master has been known to do some interesting creeping tricks on this particular map. Archmage already out onto the battlefield. Archmage heading out across the map. Where is it going? I don't know. Blade or Grunt looks like he's trying to aggro things right there. There it goes. Gonna go ahead and try and aggro. There's that Blade Master right in that position. And we're gonna see the Grunt simply walk through and then try and get. Oh, nope, not far enough down in order to get that little trap right there. The distance just not far enough as the Keeper of the Grove comes in for a bit of harassment. All right, harassment is already underway. Peasants will need to be trained. There goes one peasant. There goes another, getting in a little bit of damage. Range on it is just far. Nope. And I take it back, losing quite a bit of precious mana, now being forced to back away. Is it going to try to get off and entangle once more? No, it is not here. Meanwhile, the Archmage has taken some of that easy experience away from that Blade Master. Meanwhile, Archmage here going after the 5/3/3 creep camp. Gonna, perhaps get close to level 2, but not quite there. Meanwhile, Keeper of the Grove is looking to stop his harassment tactics, not going to get very far at all. And Archmage is actually going to get to level 2 off of this creep camp. He's cleared out this green creep camp already and following it up with this 5/3/3 here now. Archmage doing quite a bit of damage on this Null Overseer. The Militia, I don't believe, were called over. There, it's going to get taken down, giving Claws of Attack +5. Hey, Hamida, how you doing? Some interesting 2v2s already. And, maybe at this level, the players, we can learn some interesting strategies that will be effective for us. Sometimes it's kind of like trying to learn how to play basketball from Michael Jordan, right? Back in the heyday. Like the sheer amount of talent and skill and training that he puts into. Thank you, New, for the sub. Every sub does definitely help out trying to figure out what my channel is going to look like after I am released, and whether or not I can continue to, support, not support myself, but at least justify spending a couple hours a month about casting games. So, know that does definitely, cheer me on, so to speak. All right, Archmage, gonna go ahead and clear things up right now. And so far, we're looking at a lot of engagements against creeps. All players are just trying to get to level 3, or just trying to level up their heroes more than trying to put pressure onto the other side. Archmage getting up to level 3 will be a very big deal, as both sides are respectively staying in their own neck of the woods. With that said, we are looking at, well, the grunts actually clearing out this particular creep camp here, which is technically part of the Red's area. Meanwhile, it looks as though Red is going to go after this Goblin Laboratory creep camp instead. Should be able to get very close to level 3, if not there. But however, a Blade Master may have, well, some ideas of his own. Blade Master is standing right there, waiting for that final shot, waiting for that final kill, waiting for that last hit, gets the last hit, gets the item, and now, well, has enough mana for another Windwalk if necessary. Oh, beautifully done right here. Blade Master going to finish off another Peasant there, and now, well, could have finished off the remainder of the creep camps. Blade Master with that Robe of Magi, not quite sure why it's not given to the Archmage instead, as that would be an additional +6 damage and more, well, more goodness overall. All right, in comes that pressure. Peasants, are they going to be able to repair it? That is the question. Footmen not really walking in past the target, but they are able to shut down that arcane tower. Meanwhile, Blade Master going after this Rock Golem creep camp, going to pick up a potion of or potion of invulnerability. Does have some healing salves as well, and will try to heal back up after this fight. Meanwhile, 1/4 Stroll Shadow Priest getting taken down. She going to be able to, well, get some damage here. There's a Scroll of Town Portal, and this may be lining up for a bad position. Cloak of Shadows being left behind. Is he going to pick it up? No, yes, he is using that Scroll of Speed in order to get away. I would have thought that that the human player would have tried to stick around a little bit longer, perhaps kite away from that position there. And, well, this is a bit of a dangerous proposition, trying to clear out this creep camp now, not knowing that Red is ready to line up an attack already. All right, Shadowhunter coming across, giving in some heals, does have healing salves, clarity potions, but the battle is already raging on inside the Orc base. Teal's Orc base taking quite a bit of damage. The Keeper of the Grove seeing that level 3 with Sobi Mask. Repairs are already underway. No fortified armor as of yet, as the archers and the footmen are now, well, coming to town. Archer damage going to come in. Archer actually get, well, Staff of Preservation, beautiful save already at this point, as we're looking at the Blade Master and the Shadowhunter trying to fight back against the archers and the footmen. The footmen, well, the Blade Master with a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability just in time does have Rune Bracers. Not going to be that great of an item here. Not that much spell damage coming in from the human Night Elf army, as the Blade Master now tries to go to town on that, well, Priestess of the Moon. Level 1 healing wave, not going to be enough to keep that Blade Master if it keeps on trying to dive on inside, as the Mountain King now shows up to the party. Mountain King, rather scary of a hero, is going to go after, and, well, yes, the Keeper of the Grove is going to get taken down. Yes, he gets burst down right there. Windwalk strike following it up. Mountain King now come back with the Stormbolt, but the Night Elf no longer has a Scroll of Town Portal in order to get away. We could be looking at more damage. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Yes, another second hero going to get taken down right there. Another healing wave, and beautiful play by Teal. The coordination and execution of that attack was absolutely well timed, and that, well, the victory in that battle was well deserved. Priest, Mountain King, Shadowhunter coming across here, finishing off the remainder of these, well, last little bit of creeps, or, well, summoned units, giving a little bit more experience to the Archmage and that Mountain King. Oh, delete PGW? Yeah, you're right, I should. All right, coming back around, Archmage. Archmage now coming back. Well, dude, Metaphysics, that was in the middle of a very, very long and intensive fight. Difficult to keep track of the stream and chat during that time. All right, a lot of micro going on there. Really well played, good strong pickoffs, and the addition of the Mountain Kings in that battle was absolutely timely. The fact that the Mountain King had less distance to walk to get to that fight was a very big deal. Keeper of the Grove getting stunned out, and then also being able to get the other Mountain King, and then finally pick off a Rifleman right there. That Mountain King quickly made its presence known. Goblin Shredder joining in on the fight. However, the Priestess of the Moon is going to try and take, oh nope, Staff of Preservation to save that unit there, as the Goblin Zeppelin going to go ahead and pick up a whole bunch of archers here. Is it going to be able to get away? That is the question. It is going to be able to get away. One archer being left behind, currently stunned, and, well, didn't board her flight in time. Did I miss, Twisted Meadows in the map pool? Twisted Meadows in the map pool has always been, always brought about very long games, and with long games, sometimes they are very exciting, and sometimes they just drag on forever and a day. Going up against Moon on Twisted Meadows is probably everyone's worst nightmare, as you need to spend like 8 supply just constantly looking for expansions and making sure that you scout them out. As we're looking at the Archmage now in a little bit of trouble, getting stunned here. Archmage down to 200 hit points, dropping very quickly down to 51. Is it gonna? Yes, Scroll of Town Portal in time. Mountain King gets off a Stormbolt and now looking to finish off some more units of his own, unable to take down that footman. All right, I don't know why he was playing on such a razor's edge there to try and get the most out of that Archmage's hit points. He was down below 100 hit points, always very scary. A sudden lag spike, getting not allowing for a Scroll of Town Portal or Potion of Lesser Invulnerability is scary. I think map pool was never better than for current 1v1. Yeah, no, current 1v1 is absolutely amazing to see, as we now see a Goblin Zeppelin dropping, a double Zeppelin drop here. Normally, you only see 8 units in a single drop. This is 16 units inside the base, and, well, this is going to make it very difficult for Blue to try and defend. This is, well, every player's worst nightmare here, as all of that Sim City that you had inside your base to try and make it difficult for your opponents to dive on in is now actually working against you. Blue in a lot of trouble here. Meanwhile, Blue looking to shut down the expansion off on the other side, trading in a base for an expansion as a Scroll of Town Portal now coming back across. Rifleman and these units going to try to engage and just straight up landing on top of those enemy units. Mountain King going after. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove? Yes, we are. Keeper of the Grove, however, going to be able to shake it off in time and head back out. Archmage down to 469 hit points, and he's going to get away. Plenty of damage done. Rifleman is going to finish off that last Kodo Beast. No, it is not. Doesn't finish off the last Kodo Beast. That should have been priority target number 1, as now a Rifleman lays in the belly of the beast. Mass Zeppelins, not really mass Zeppelins, but 2 Zeppelins being dropped right there was just enough, as we are looking at the Zeppelins now looking to pull back here. All right, expansions are getting into play. Well, but Mo Shishi looking to set up an expansion here at the 10 o'clock location. We are already setting up an expansion at the 4 o'clock location, as the Mountain King picks up a Goblin Zeppelin of his own. Tome of Intelligence and Scourge Bone Chimes. Interesting pickup right there. Are we perhaps going to be looking at Knights or Raiders or Grunts coming in, as the Scourge Bone Chimes would offer a bit of additional healing and staying power for that Orc army? Coming back through, well, Bat Rider, able to Troll Bat Rider finding the Tree of Life here, trying to be set up. It is quickly gonna get scouted out and get destroyed. Meanwhile, Watchtowers are coming into position here. May even try to add 1 Watchtower here to prevent any sort of drops, since you are so close to the enemy base. She. Yeah. Did I say Shao Shi? I meant Shi. Blade Master Raider's going to get engaged here. Entangle onto that Raider already. There is a quick dispel, but not going to be enough to save it. Meanwhile, this Kodo Beast down to 700 hit points. Going to end up staying alive. Scroll of Town Portal trying to back away. Stormbolt onto the Kodo Beast. Healing Wave as the Kodo Beast escapes away once more at 139 hit points. What does it take to save of that Rifleman? It looks as though nothing's going to save it, as that Granite Golem will end up getting taken down. Vampiric Aura on that Mountain King, coupled with Ring of Regeneration, keeping that Mountain King alive. And as we see a blue Drake now picked up as one of the items. Archmage is going to try and Scroll of Town Portal. Should be trying to Scroll of Town Portal already. And then, well, try and go for this defense. Mountain Giant's going to engage here, as we're looking at some easy damage. Quickly selling that item. Don't want to reveal the fact that you've actually cleared out that corner creep camp. Selling them for 330 gold. As we're looking at some engagements here, Mountain King perhaps going to try and, well, we don't have castles, so we're not going to see knights anytime soon. Going to try and engage here. Vampiric Aura now on that Blade Master. Blade Master doing the damage. Archmage now sitting at level 5. Going to try and engage once more. Scroll of Speed being used to try and get into these engagements a little bit further. Thank you for the subscription, as the Mountain King is in that front line, taking quite a bit of damage from those riflemen there, trying to back away. The level 4 Mountain King needs to actually get into the fray, as the peasants peasants no longer in militia, now trying to be brought back over as well. Mountain King actually a little gun shy here. I would like to see that Blue Mountain King actually be a little bit more aggressive, getting in some thunderclaps against this ranged army and slowing them down. Mountain King is so afraid of being in that front line that he's not finally getting that use, finally coming in with a thunderclap right there, followed by a Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove looks like it will be able, well, no, Goblin Zeppelin keeping it alive here as the Mountain King still has now starting to throw down more thunderclaps again and again. Half a sanctuary save, Mountain King getting sniped down, and the Mountain King of Blue actually took quite a fair bit of damage. So it looks as though Red was actually very keen on trying to snipe down Blue's Mountain King, hence the hesitation on that Mountain King to try to dive in a bit too far. Healing Wave, Stormbolt onto the Archmage. Archmage has still quite a good Goblin Zeppelin, able to pick up the Hexed Archmage there. The Archmage still very, very close to being dead. Blade Master could try and burst it down here in just a moment. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability still fighting back the other way as we're still looking at more fights coming across. Mountain King low on mana, perhaps going to get some Scroll of Regeneration, bring over a little bit of healing, and now perhaps try and do a little bit of engagement here as we see the Blade Master fall at level 4. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. However, another Staff of Preservation charge from the Priestess of the Moon, keeping those units alive and well again. Mountain Giant absorbing quite a bit of damage. However, the Staff of Preservation is on cooldown, so this is the right time to deal damage to that Mountain Giant still. Rifleman continuing to fight back once more. Collywog, you made it. You make it in time fairly often. Archmage sitting at level 5 though. Mountain King sitting at level 4. This could be rather an interesting scenario as the Archmage is trying to be right here. Where is the Keeper of the Grove is back out onto the battlefield, so trying to take down this Mountain Giant will only end up in a Staff of Preservation. And as we see, both of those charges were once again ready. All right, Archer number 1 getting taken down. Are we going to Stormbolt? No Stormbolt on the Archer. That was an easy target to try and go after. Instead, going after this Water Elemental, which really didn't matter nearly as much. All right, no Water Elemental was going to fall anyways. Timed Life, Tree of Life now established off over here. We are setting up an expansion here. Town Hall. Setting up an expansion here in the top left-hand side of the base map. Ninja expansion for the win. Very difficult to get to. But then again, we've already seen Red do some very strong Goblin Zeppelin drops on the human player already. 57 over 60 supply, 48 over 62. Entangle onto a Water Elemental. Both sides perhaps trying to get ready for a follow-up subsequent fight. Archmage is off over here as well. And one thing to note, you should always build an Arcane Vault on an island expansion. Last thing you want to do is, Scroll of Town Portal in, have your opponent Scroll of Town Portal out, and then start attacking a main base or some other tactic or a tactical location on the map. And you being unable to get there easily without access to a Goblin Zeppelin or a Scroll of Town Portal. Rifleman about to head off to the north right here. And, well, we're still getting underway without TP. Yeah. Blade Master sitting at level 4. Shadowhunter sitting at level 4. Shadowhunter does have a Scroll of Town Portal. Blade Master, however, does not, as we're looking at pressure inside the human base again. All right, a lot of damage coming back across here. Mountain King going to finish things off. And getting up to level 5 is going to be key. Getting that last hit and then teleporting away. Heading back in as, well, a couple of Treants are just going to get taken down here. Archmage almost at level 6. So my whole entire point could be moot in a second, as mass teleport could be the Archmage's get out of islands play here in just a second. I like Teal's composition, but Red isn't bad either. Yeah, no, both of these teams are playing at a very high level. This isn't some random team. This is definitely a coordinated team, knowing their strategies and having played together for many hours and working together in the proper times. All right, getting ready to engage here. 2-on-2 fight in this wide open center of Twisted Meadows. Stormbolt onto the Blade Master here as the Archmage trying to dive on in and grouping together. Mountain Giants are in the front line spot. Rifleman turning back around, and here is quite the battle here as we're going down. Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove taking quite a bit of damage. It's going to get hexed and Staff of Preservation back home. Blade Master unable to burst it down any longer. Meanwhile, we're looking at more fighting getting underway. Staff and teleportation, Keeper of the Grove coming back into the party, even though he's low on hit points. What's going on here as the Blade Master is now trying to burst down the Archmage, unable to do exactly that. Keeper of the Grove is finding himself in a little bit of a troublesome situation as the Mountain King could easily Stormbolt. No, Keeper of the Grove is going to go ahead and back away. Are we going to lose some Mountain Giants? No, we are not. They are still close enough, but however, a couple of units getting caught walking into the middle of the map. Spirit Link on the Rifleman, going to spread out much of that damage. Spirit Walkers doing a great job keeping those units alive and well. Meanwhile, we are looking for Tome of Retraining on the Mountain King. Now that he's at level 5, is it going to be retrained on the Archmage for Blizzard? That does seem to be the case. All right. Did the Owl Scouts see the retrain? That is the question here. Archmage with level 3 Blizzard and I believe, level 3 Thunderclap could easily shut down much of the opposing army. All right, repairs not even in order. We're looking at, well, farms being built off to the side here as the expansion is just simply going to get shut down here. Mountain King taking a little bit of damage, but Staff of Preservation, there is that Blizzard raining down here as the unit's going to try and perhaps turn back around. Priest getting caught out in the open field, and this could be a problem. Triple Mountain Giants, quad Mountain Giants in that front line with a couple of archers in that back as we're looking at Blizzard now raining down here. Mountain King going to try and engage. All right, Scroll of Town Portal. Mountain King could be in trouble. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability was used. No departing Thunderclaps as we see some more units getting shut down again. All right, expansions were pressured, but none were taken out. Meanwhile, Mountain King going to go ahead and heal back up. Scroll of Regeneration, trying to remove any debuffs there as the engagement now going to get into position here. All right, in comes Blizzard trying to rain things down. No Stormbolt across any of those units. Archmage could easily be just trying to zone out his opponent as here we are ready for an engagement. Mountain King going to try to dive on in. Archmage now comes in with Scroll of Blizzard here, racking up some of that damage with distance as well. Archmage needs to be careful. Level 6 now on the Archmage. Is going to go for level 3 Brilliance or it could, or for Mass Teleportation. Both are incredibly powerful as the Mountain King is still unable to really get inside amongst all of these units. This is really what you want to see here. So many Mountain Giants are low on hit points as the Mountain Giant going to go ahead. Well, what's going on here? Mountain Giant in trouble. Scroll of Healing is going to be used. No, it is. Well, yes, it is. Down to 66 hit points. Mountain Giant had plenty of mana. Could have Stormbolted, but there was just so much focus onto that Mountain Giant by the red team that, well, blue and teal cannot get enough damage through. Mountain King falls at level 5. Mountain Giant still attacking and putting pressure. Keeper of the Grove making sure to shut down the Archmage's Blizzard as much as possible. As now we're doing a little bit of friendly damage here from that Blizzard. Archmage needs to stop 50 damage a second onto some of the Orc's own units as the Keeper of the Grove now going to teleport back. All right, Thunderclap coming back across here, and now suddenly it's a 2-on-1 fight. Raiders trying to take down some of these units. Is it going to snap anything down? And no, it is not. One Mountain Giant getting caught out in the middle of the map, and this will be an easy bit of experience. Archmage looks as though it does in fact have mass teleport over level 3 Brilliance Aura Rifleman, doing a lot of poking down once more as the Militia now going to transition over here to the 12 o'clock expansion location. Expansions underway, heading off to the north here, setting up a new expansion as well. Ancient of War about to get taken down. Priest gonna add in a little bit of bonus damage, as well as the Ancient of War getting, well, trapped back into a corner, and, well, perhaps is just gonna eat its way through those trees. All right, Raider's gonna finish things off once again, and that's gonna get it taken down here. Mass teleport. Where is it teleporting off to? Is it gonna head back down to the south here? Yes, it is. And we'll go after this particular expansion. Doing hit and run tactics on these gold mines is going to be very detrimental to Mo Shishi. Shishi's just going to have some problems here as all of a sudden it goes from, what, 4 bases or 2 bases down to 0. No more mining for red at all. All right, we are looking at no more mining. Teal still doing a little bit of mining on some of these locations. Peon's actually doing a little bit of long distance mining, as well as mass teleport is, in fact, a game changer on a map as large as this. new expansion getting underway here. And well, this expansion, Water Elemental, gonna get finished off here. And red has to know they need to force a fight somewhere. If they don't force a fight, they are gonna be definitely behind, as the gap is just gonna continue to grow and grow. 67 supply and 67 supply for the orc and human armies. Night elf army I got to assume is about the same. Let's take a look at this. Well, it's 71 and 71. Yeah, so they are about the same. And with the amount of mining going on every minute, of additional mining is just going to continue to give a larger army to the blue and teal side.
Job's done.
All right, what are the hippogriffs for? Are they for hippogriff riders? That is the follow-up question. Meanwhile, one peasant quickly going to take it out. Yeah, it is for hippogriff riders. Hippogriff riders being able to deal a little bit more damage and then perhaps burst onto the back line, go after those priests and the Kodo beast. But other than that, there is really no other anti-air element or usefulness. Archmage also having, well, what is this? Archmage having Orb of Venom, Keeper of the Grove having Orb of Venom, Priestess of the Moon having Orb of Venom. So this is that triple orb strategy coming in from the Night Elf human side. All right, in comes a battle here. Riflemen are looking to engage. There's Blizzard down on that front line. However, a quick Stormbolt shutting down that Archmage's hopes. All right, more damage coming back through here. Are we going to see a Stormbolt there? And then Archmage, Mountain King, there's some big damage there as the units are now trying to retreat back. Mountain King with a big Thunderclap, and blue is just absolutely winning these battles right here. More Blizzard raining down again, and no Entangle. There's a Thunderclap coming back across as all of those Riflemen being forced to try and do a little bit of a dance back. Also, the Hippogriff Rider's not going to be able to do all that much. Mountain King, where is it? Back across over here. Could easily land in some Thunderclaps once more. Stormbolt onto the Archmage. Archmage could be in trouble. Is it going to get a Thunderclap? And now a quick followed up Hex. Archmage gets healed up in time as the Scroll of Healing was used right there at the very last possible second. Mountain King Stormbolt finishes off the Archmage anyways, as the blue seems to be the one in the driver's seat continuing this push. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5, Healing Wave bouncing around once more, keeping that Mountain King alive. Are we going to be looking at more Stormbolts, Avatar of Vengeance? What exactly are we looking at here as the Archmage should be trying to finish off some of these Mountain Giants, or going after the Priestess of the Moon to shut down the last final bit of Staff of Preservation. All right, Priestess of the Moon, Keeper of the Grove, both sides continuing to fight. Mountain King surrounded by units. Is it going to go ahead and Stormbolt? No Thunderclap, just straight up Stormbolt trying to add up the damage onto that Keeper of the Grove. Archmage still, blizzarding his own units on accidents for a little while longer as a Raider getting taken down. All right, more damage coming across here. Mountain King tries to dispel. Are we going to see a Stormbolt onto the Priestess of the Moon? Priestess of the Moon completely surrounded, and Stormbolt onto the Keeper of the Grove, not allowing the Staff of Preservation, and beautiful play by the teal side. Meanwhile, expansions are still operating for blue. I think it is just a matter of time now before red will have to throw in that towel. 59 supply and 49 supply going up against 38 supply and 67. So yeah, definite advantage for teal and blue all the way. They're mining from 3 bases compared to 0. They have the hero level advantage, and they have the army level advantage. Stormbolt coming across in. There goes one more Hippogriff. Level 7 now on the Archmage. Level 3 Brilliance Aura most likely in order. As thank you for the follow. Level 3 Brilliance Aura, well, gonna be rather painful, as well as the Priest and even the Mountain King will have a Stormbolt for days. All right, turning things back around. Are we going to see a major throw coming back across here? Stormbolt sniping down the Keeper of the Grove again. No easy way to shut down mass teleport either, as the Hippogriffs are there. Mountain King says, you know what? I don't like where this fight is going. Or Archmage says, I don't like where this fight is going. Let me get out of here. Picking and choosing your battles is half the battle here. Meanwhile, a little bit of misplacement on these watchtowers, making it difficult. This is perhaps a 7 or even an 8 peon mining distance. This watchtower taking up some valuable real estate from the Great Hall, and that's just going to continue to cause problems if you do try and mine from that spot there. Archmage Mountain King. Mountain King with plenty of mana. Clarity Potion, a Brilliance Aura, going to get up to 400 mana with no problems whatsoever. Meanwhile, well, Voodoo, there is no observers in this game. All right. Top left-hand side, about to get finished up here. 5 more minutes. Meanwhile, it looks as though Teal is just doesn't want to risk anything and is going to start clearing out these island creep camps in the corner again. Tauren now out on the battlefield, so we are going to have resurrected Tauren with Pulverize going up against all of these mountain giants. Mass Teleport still wandering around the map pretty effectively here as the Goblin Zeppelin going to head back down. Hippogriff's going to look to engage. Where is this next fight going to go down here? Mountain Giants picking up a couple of trees, now having ranged melee attacks that deal siege damage. Going to finish things off as this Great Hall taking an absolute, absolute beating. There's the cancellation there as we're looking at the Hippogriff Riders with 3 run upgrades. That is some major damage. True Shot Aura is actually at level 3. This is some major damage bonus for this red army and all of their ranged units. All right. Upwards of almost 40 damage per attack on those Hippogriff Riders. Meanwhile, the Riflemen as well going to be benefiting. Where are the Riflemen? Riflemen right back over here. Also going to be almost getting up to 80 or 40 damage per attack as well. Flying Machines are getting thrown into the mix. Flying Machine, able to really fight the unfriendly skies, get some burst damage onto those Hippogriff Riders and doing it quickly. Stormbolt not going to be able to affect them at all, but we're still waiting on a fight here. Owl Scout does scout out that top right-hand side of the map. Flying Machines are here as well. And, well, what are we going to be looking at next? Thank you, Milan. All right, a little bit of break in the action. I would have thought that Teal would try to close out the door. Instead, they are playing the patience game, knowing that if the only way that Teal can lose this game is if they somehow throw the game themselves. One expansion is mining over here on the bottom left compared to the 3 expansions for Blue and Teal on the top right, as the Mountain King getting absolutely pummeled. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability in time, followed by the Potion of Healing, followed by Avatar. Talk about cutting it close and just trying to spam everything in order to keep that level 6 Mountain King alive. All right, Mountain King is alive now, going after some of those units. Are we going to see a Stormbolt? Stormbolt straight up onto that Mountain King right there. Staff of Preservation saves right there. There's Purge onto that Water Elemental Mountain King, getting in a big Thunderclap as well. Slowing things down quite a bit once more. Mountain King has additional armor, going to be difficult to take out. Meanwhile, the Flying Machines are finding their way onto those Hippogriff Riders and getting in some damage too. However, it is the True Shot Aura bonus that is causing problems as the Priestess of the Moon finally being forced to retreat back. Priestess of the Moon very close to level 6 though, so we could be looking at not only Tranquility from the Keeper of the Grove, but also Starfall coming in from the opponent. However, Mountain King with Stormbolt has something to say about that, as the Mountain King, trying to chase after units here, isn't going to be able to get a Purge or get anything done here. There's a Tranquility, keeping some of these units alive and using the high ground advantage, perhaps, to try and engage here. Mountain King, Stormbolt straight up onto the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove under a sea of units, but somehow is still getting Stormbolted. Great micro coming in from the Mountain King, as the Mountain King is still leading the charge here. Couple more dispels. Mountain King very close to level 7 is going to finish off that one Mountain King here, down to 167 hit points. No, able to stay alive. Thunderclap not enough to get the damage in, as we're still looking at all of these units engaging again. Red Hippogriffs fighting their way back with home field advantage. Moonwell's right there. Flying Machines trying to flank those Hippogriff Riders with their flak cannons, but not able to do all that much. Archmage now being forced to retreat back here as the Red Mountain King gets taken down at level 3, I believe. All right, still fighting underway. More damage coming through. Flying Machine's going to continue to engage here. Blizzard across all of these Moonwells to try and stop any of that home field advantage, as we see the Pulverize now finally working. Keeper of the Grove once more with Tranquility, trying to keep units alive. Blade Master taking quite a bit of damage, down to 347 hit points. A lot of range damage right there, but the Shadowhunter clutch heals in time again. All right, more Blizzard coming in. Resurrection or well, yeah, on those Taurens, able to keep those units alive again and again. And now Big Bad Voodoo being used. All right, Big Bad Voodoo being used. They are immune to damage completely. Keeper of the Grove is a bit too far away, as we're seeing. Well, are we going to see another? Are we going to see a resurrection right there? Yes, we are. We're going to see some resurrection. They get resurrected, but only get knocked down again. Very, very quick. Quick kills there, as we're looking at these. Well, Starfall now coming in. All right, Starfall followed by a Storm Bolt there. How many ultimate abilities do we need to see? Avatar, Tranquility, Big Bad Voodoo, Starfall. We still have not seen Blade Storm. I think that's the only one, the only last one that we can see right now, as the Blade Master does have a Potion of Divinity and getting very close to level 6. All right, 25 experience away from level 6. You better believe that Blade Storm is in the cards. Isn't it that Tauren, only to see it get picked back up again. Units are getting felled, as level 6 does happen for that Blade Master. Wow. Was that a thunderclap? Blizzard? You see all of those archers with dying animation within a half second of each other. That is some massive AoE taking down a number of archers, as the Blade Master with Blade Storm finishing off one rifleman. All right, a little bit of overkill, but hey, we saw Blade Storm. So we've seen Blade Storm, a Mass Teleport, Big Bad Voodoo, Avatar, Tranquility, and Starfall. All right, if I missed an ultimate ability, my apologies, but I don't think I have. Blade Master coming across here, trying to finish off some of those units. Are we going to get a Stormbolt Thunderclap, something to try and stop these units from easily escaping? Mountain King with a couple of purges, able to slow down these units in their tracks. But this is just a one-sided battle now. I can't imagine how Teal and Blue could lose this fight, short of just throwing this game absolutely completely. Stormbolt finishing off another Hippogriff right there, or at least slowing it down to get finished off once more, as the units are getting ready to engage. All they need to do is attack similar locations. Well, Teal or Red does have an expansion up and running right now. Tree of Eternity is uprooted, and we're looking at perhaps a possible fight here. Keeper of the Grove, where is it going to try and run off to? Are we going to see a Hex? No, Staff of Preservation brings it back, as well the Archmage at level 8 now bringing down even more damage, as well Blizzard going to take down Ancient of Wonders or deal damage to the Ancient of Wonders here. Two armies with the Hero Ultimate still can't kill two Mountain Giants. Yeah, well, the Mountain Giants are rather difficult to take down, especially with Staff of Preservation, but there's nowhere to run any longer, as the game is going to be coming to an end. A 37-minute bit of marathon between two, but in the last, I gotta believe, 7 to 10 minutes, well, the Night Elf and humans just couldn't find enough. The human and orc army working together greatly. And well, with Mass Teleport, Avatar, Big Bad Voodoo, and Blade Storm going the distance. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys found some new strategies to try out in 2v2. And I hope you guys join me next time.